Hi guys, I'm going to be reporting some information many of you will not know about. Those that do know will probably only know a fraction of the reality of what's going on here in Brazil right now. We're under a weather attack. Um, that's absolutely unprecedented. We've never seen anything like it before. It's currently affecting around 2 million people. So I live in the state Rio Grande do Sul here, in Brazil, which is around about the size of the UK. It's bigger actually. It's about 20% bigger than the UK. Currently, around about 80% of it is being affected by, as I say, unprecedented floods that are killing and destroying everything in its path. Um, Even the planes are grounded, the airports shut down, the roads destroyed, the crops destroyed, people's houses destroyed. We have personally got 12 family members whose house has been destroyed. Currently, we have my wife Mary's brother staying with us after his house and everything that is his livelihood, because he's a carpenter, all his machines, everything that he has, he's lost. He's 64 and he's escaped with the clothes on his back. He has got his car. Other than that, he's got nothing, fortunately. And usually, in a situation like that, it's dreadful when you go and stop with family, which is actually what he did. He went to his daughter's house, then that was destroyed. Then he went to another house, that was destroyed. Then another, that was destroyed. He's eventually managed to get to us. We're one of the few areas in this state that's not being directly affected by the floods. So when I say not directly affected, we are being affected already. The stores um, have very little food left because they can't get food to anywhere because the roads are all destroyed. That's a famous story here in Brazil where they had a horse on the rooftop. That horse stood there for 5 days straight. Nobody saved him because they were busy trying to save lives of humans. But he just stood there without moving for 5 days, and eventually they went in, and he was saved. That horse, and he collapsed immediately. They got him off the roof. He was lying on his side, absolutely exhausted. He's now fine, but sadly, that's not the case for many people. The numbers of deaths are unknown. I'm seeing reports in the news which are woefully inaccurate because often they're just 150 people have died or something. Well, we spoke to someone who was saving people in just one town, and he'd personally seen 300 plus bodies floating past and all the rest of it. It's beyond belief terrible. Um, I'm sure that even when the waters go, it's going to be worse because um, there's going to be mass sickness. There's sewage and everything in the water. There's going to be a plague of mosquitoes. I'm not going to even get into the dengue fever, which has gone up 4 times since the introduction of GMO mosquitoes last year. But we've had a massive increase in that. This is going to give a perfect breeding ground. There's somebody there on the roof. That's a lot of people are getting onto the roofs. It's come so fast. They're pushed upstairs. They think they're going to be safe upstairs to avoid the flood, but no, it keeps coming up, and in some cases it's going way over the tops of the roofs of the houses. In this case right now, she's still able to just cling on, and she's waiting and hoping for rescue. Some people are, some people aren't. It depends, because it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The worst you can't see in the pictures because the worst everything's under the water. So all you can see is the ones that still are above water. But this is uh, unbelievable what's going on here. Um, the town centres, even here we see a town centre, even they're completely flooded out. Again, the worst ones we're not getting to see with the photographs because it's too bad to get. Um, but this is an unmitigated disaster that's going to affect millions and millions of lives, but also the crops are going to affect food in the future, not just for Brazil, but Brazil is a big exporter of food, so it's going to affect all of those. So I don't know what you guys know or what you guys are hearing, if anything. I do know that most people that I'm talking to aren't really aware of the depth of the problem of it, if they're even aware of it at all. The infrastructure is being destroyed. As you can see there, there's a road, one example of a road that's just wrecked. Um, Here we see somebody being airlifted out of there, probably from the roof of their home. In most cases, that's what it is. You know, so I am actually, or my wife has made a GoFundMe specifically. Can't help everyone, so we're starting with our family, and in particular with her brother first, and then if there's enough to help, if people are able to help. And I know everybody's struggling, but this is probably on a level beyond hopefully anything that you're going through. But I'm going to attach GoFundMe to this if people have got some spare that they can donate to start to help our family of 12, beginning with her brother, who's as I say, he's stopping with us, so he's safe. He's in our house. I hope as long as the flood doesn't reach us, which it shouldn't do. But there's so many places that are being reached that have never ever had any flooding. Um, so you just don't know. But anyway, he's stopping with us. He's currently safe in terms of he's got food and shelter. But how do you start again when you've lost everything and all your support network, all your family pretty much are also all wiped out at the same time? What do you do? It really is. I don't know. I don't know how you can possibly do it. That's some famous football stadium in our large city that nearest us, Grêmio. They're one of the top teams in Brazil, and you can see their stadium, and the water's got inside and flooded their pitch and all around. Um, oh, that's the horse again. Um, so, as I say, I have no words. I have no words. But food is difficult. They've got no electricity. Most of these houses, obviously the ones underwater don't, but even the ones just lesser affected, they have no electricity, they have no water. Um, we're just going to try today to get some of the other family members out of one of these places, but it's very difficult getting access. Trying to get some of them out. So anyway, as I say, I'm going to attach a GoFundMe to this. If you're in a position to help, any amount will help to get some of the necessities for people. The Brazilians are doing their best. The ones that are, not in these states, because the ones in these states have lost everything. Sending food and clothes, they're donating, which is helping a lot. But that does help immediate concerns. But how are these people going to live after this? I don't know. Maybe you can help if you find it in your heart to do so. Then we have people here that would be really, really grateful.